Hello, this is Walid Romaya, Prince of Wine. I'm at the Muzita Bistro Cafe in San Diego, California, and my guest today is Mr. Frank Manifold of Waipara Springs Winery in Waipara Valley in New Zealand. Frank, welcome to San Diego. Prior to this interview, we had a little time one-on-one and we went through some of your lineup, and let's talk about your lineup because that's the key of what you do. You make wines and here are your wines. So we went through your excellent estate Riesling, then we did your Sauvignon Blanc, and then we have two kinds of Pinot Noir. We have the fruit forward Pinot Noir, which is the 2008, and then your 2007 Pinot Noir, which is the estate. Well, I guess it's all estate grown, but
yeah, we have two distinct styles of wine. We have what we call our Waipara Springs and our Primo wines. Our Waipara Spring wines are fruit forward, early consumption styles.
So this would be this one right here.
Definitely that one, and the Sauvignon Blanc.
Okay, and this is a 2008.
This is a
2008. This was very fruit forward. It's on a lighter style, ready to drink right now.
Definitely.
Not for aging.
Not for aging. It can last a couple of years, but it's definitely a summer wine made to be consumed early. Yes.
You're on a dry lake bed, an ancient lake bed.
We are, yes.
Yeah. So and that lake bed is actually shielded from the eastern winds with a range of hillsides or mountains. Here's a guy from New Zealand, and he's the winemaker for this winery, but no one can make your wines anywhere else in the world because your specific climate, your specific soil, your specific terroir is right there, and then you are kind of holding the strings, making these things happen so we can drink this wonderful juice. Yeah. So with that, I want to segue into what are you? Are you old world or new world?
That really comes across in both styles of the wines. The Waipara Springs is a new world style of wine. The Primo wines are very old world. I'm very passionate about German Rieslings, and you'll see that coming through in a lot of my Rieslings. But yeah, the two styles are very new world, old world.
Yeah, well, there's the eternal struggle in the wine world. You know, there is the old world guys in France and Italy saying terroir is everything, and then there is the new style, which is the California guys, especially the US winemaker, says no, it's the winemaker, and there's even a cult of personality with the winemaker, whereas the old guy says no, it's all 90% of the wine is made in the soil. So here you are, kind of like a split personality. You've got Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, right? but of both. So here we are. We have this is we would call this the old world Pinot Noir, the 2007, which was very structured, really complex, a lot of texture, very vibrant, a lot of tannins, and we'll keep it going for decades, maybe a decade or more. Yep. And this one is fruit forward, ready to drink now, and this is really very much in the new world style.
Definitely.
Yeah. I have a saying. I say terroir is the god of wine, and the winemaker is the prophet of wine.
Prophet.
And that's how I go solve the conundrum, because there's always people fighting and arguing about this all of the time, and we just say, you know what? It truly is coming from the soil, but you have a lot to do with it.
Yeah, these wines here, the Primo wines, really are an expression of the vineyard for me. And the Waipara Spring wines, definitely a different kind of philosophy, a different way of thinking about wine. So yeah, that's how we distinguish ourselves with the two labels.
Yeah. Tell us about the Kiwi. What makes New Zealand winemaking different from, say, Australian or New World like California? What is their signature? What is there? If you would say one thing about New Zealand that is different from the rest of the world?
That's a hard one. Sauvignon Blanc is probably a signature grape, and that's made famous by one region. New Zealand has developed a following from that region and that grape, and it's driven the New Zealand winemaking industry and the New Zealand winemakers to push boundaries, to look at wines outside of New Zealand. And we do a lot of looking at Europe and California and pretty much all the regions throughout the world, and we compare ourselves, and we don't profess to be any one region, but we definitely have a wide knowledge on what the real wine is like.
Let's talk about what we got here in the glass. We have your Riesling right here.
This is the 2008 Primo Dry Riesling. 2008 was a very nice year. There was a good growing season through early spring to summer. This wine here we left to hang on the vines for a little bit longer than normal to get some detritus, which is a natural occurring fungi that concentrates grapes. Gives this wine some added flavour and concentration. A very good year for Riesling 2008.
Yeah, it's an excellent effort. I read a little bit about your bio, and I saw that you worked in Germany for a little bit at a winemaker. So did that influence your what you're doing here with the Riesling?
Definitely, I love German Rieslings. Very passionate about them. Have a very eclectic mix of friends who love also German Rieslings, and we taste a lot of them. And their styles are just very they're old world, but they have their new, fresh, new world cabernet styles as well that we all love.
Yeah. Here's the thing about Rieslings. In America, when you say the average guy in the street, when you mention Riesling, they think very sweet wines, not something that you would actually drink by itself or savor or enjoy. Whereas this Riesling is a dry Riesling, but it has so much fruit structure, a lot of vibrant acidity, and a lot of flavor characteristics that all work together, and they're all in balance, where it's so unique, it makes it a very pleasurable experience. So I encourage people to try this. It's very good.
Yeah, balance is the key for Riesling, whether it be sweet or dry. You get the right balance, and then you don't get a perception of too much sweetness.
Yeah. All right, well, good. Well, let's, can we try your, we'll give the, let's talk about the Pinot Noir.
Yeah, reserve?
Yes.
Okay, so in 2007, the vintage was slightly cooler than it was in 2008. So what that allowed us to do is to give this particular wine, these particular vineyards, and the grapes that came from these vineyards, extra hang time to develop some really nice, dark, brooding kind of fruit. We're after physiological ripeness in our Pinot Noir grapes above anything else. Seed ripeness, nice brown crunchy seeds is what we look for. 90% of your tannin comes from your seeds in Pinot Noir, so if you don't get physiological ripeness, then you get a green, astringent style of wine. So we're not looking for that, we're looking for the ripeness spectrum.
Yeah. This wine is extraordinary effort. It's got very great aromatic profile. Let me back up also, it's got a great color. It's not light at all, actually. It's on the darker side of a Pinot Noir. You can feel the heaviness in the wine as far as the structure. You know, sometimes you open a bottle of Pinot Noir and it tends to be a little diluted and just almost watery. This one, there's a lot of seriousness in this wine. I like it a lot. It's very good. And then on the palate, it's cascades, and it has a very nice medium to long finish. I like it. Good job. Okay, we'll drink to that.
Cheers.
Now you also produce Sauvignon Blanc, Chardonnay.
We do, yes.
And do you produce any other red or white varietals?
A Merlot that we produce and Gewürztraminer.
Okay, all right. Well, maybe we'll do that as part of another episode. We'll try that. Or maybe I'll come down to New Zealand and check you out.
By all means.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Frank, for coming and sharing your wines with us. I enjoyed these wines. They are actually world class. I'm very impressed. But as far as I'm talking about world class, where Frank would rank with well-known wineries from all over the world. I would say the Riesling and the 2007 Pinot Noir. From San Diego, California, this is Walid Romaya, Prince of Wine, with my guest Frank Manifold of Waipara Springs Winery, Waipara Valley, New Zealand.